Hi, welcome to Scott's Shelf. I'm Scott Francis, and I just take a little bit of time to let you know what this is all about, what my aims are for putting these videos online, let you know a little bit about myself, and then what's available within the Scott's Shelf arena. So my aims are to share ideas that I found enlightening or useful or entertaining, and so those meaningful ideas really flesh themselves out better once I articulate them. And so making these videos gives me a chance to do that. But also, when I have a discussion with people, even if it's slow over an online forum, I learn a lot, and it really helps me to dig in deeper to very important ideas. So I'm not aiming at a dry, objective summary of the books that I'm reviewing here. It's really going to be about how each book has impacted me. I don't think it's possible for me to give an objective account of this book, how it fits into the world at large, but I can give an account of how it affects me, what value I took from it, and maybe some of that value will help other people as well. So it would help to know what my perspective is. I'll just describe a little bit about who I am, the path that I seem to be on, and maybe that'll help you understand the perspective that I'm bringing into each of these book reviews. So it's important to know that I'm an introvert. As odd as that sounds, coming from someone who's posting a video of themselves online repeatedly, I really started life not wanting to interact with other people very much. I wanted to stay sheltered and safe, and ended up being, pretty afraid of a lot of things that turned out I didn't need to be. It's also important to know that I was a nerd. I was a complete bookworm. I poured my energy into reading and academics as a child, and that continued through college. I got a double major in philosophy and Latin and Greek grammar, and found that fascinating, but it maybe didn't have as much traction as it could have if I'd been paying attention to some other things. So the physical aspects of life really didn't become very important to me until after college. I started fencing, so I started playing some sports, moved into triathlon. I ended up getting a job as a park ranger, which was a very physical job, so it was my job to go hiking and rescue people. And so in doing that search and rescue, I got to see the physical aspects of our lives and our bodies butt up against the physical aspects of nature in a way that didn't always end well, and really got me paying more attention to how I took care of my physical body. Ultimately, I became a physical training coach, and I've been doing that for over a decade now. My relationships expanded my understanding of my emotions, internal, and then how I connect with other people. That has been increasing, fortunately, over the decade that I've been married, and over the last 7 years when we've been having children. I found that parenting really gripped me emotionally and forced me to pay attention to the ways that I was interacting with my children and with other people that I was asking for help, and ultimately to turn my attention inward and see some things that I needed to clean up in order to interact with others in a better way. So my emotional awareness and my emotional control have been improving exponentially over that last 7 years. I wasn't starting from that great a point, but it's been helping quite a bit. Also, it's worth mentioning that through some rough times in my life, I've felt an appreciation for wisdom that has resonated at the right point in my life, and realized that I've ignored tons of wisdom that was available to me at other points in my career, especially academically. And so those have helped me to understand that philosophy needs to be practical, right? It's not just a neat set of ideas. It needs to change something in your life. And so I noticed that in reading some of these books, the first time I read them long ago, I may have just glossed over things that now grip me and feel very important in terms of how they can help me pay attention to my relationships with other people, or my understanding of my limitations, whether they're physical or mental or emotional. So it's that really I want to pass on. The few nuggets of wisdom that I've been able to pay attention to, when I come across those, I want to hold them up for everybody else and say, hey, look at this, what do you think? And hopefully you'll have a discussion with me online, and post a comment, post a video, or head on over to our Mighty Networks, where there's more availability for discussion and live book clubs, and hopefully some courses in the future. So that's me. I'm Scott Francis. That's my perspective, my path, and my general set of aims for what I'm hoping to accomplish with Scotch Shelf. Thanks for being here.